So right now we are going to convert this old ugly counter. It's a laminate counter, and it extends to this overhang. I'm going to epoxy it. So the first thing we want to do is remove the sink. So what I did is just wrap it with plastic. I put tape around it, and then I also tape the areas, put plastic over my cabinets, and obviously on the floor too, because we just put in the new floor and extend it over here. See? And I did the same thing on this counter. I put a plastic under the counter, so because we're gonna pour epoxy and it's gonna fall down here. Okay, this one here, this wood over here, I don't want to take it out. This is original in here. So we're also going to epoxy this one, and since it's above this, we don't want any drip. Same as over here in the counter, we want the epoxy to go over. So I made this little catch up thing to catch up the epoxy. Over here we don't really care, we just put the plastic over there. So, and then cover this with plastic. And so we're going to just get a piece of cardboard. This one is a piece of cardboard. This one has a hole, but I'm going to cover it, and then just fold it like so, and then put a tape over here like this one. I put a tape so that it's going to catch any drips that you don't want to go in the counter, because we're going to put epoxy on here too. Okay, I'm going to cover this up, hole in the center. So put that on there. Then you would want to attach it to over here. Okay, so let's then attach it over here. Just make sure that no drips would go under the over here. It's because you're going to epoxy this one too. So over here there's a little hole. I'm gonna have to cover that one too. So So when you make this little funnel here, you know, you want to fix this tape, because when the epoxy falls down here, drips down here, you don't want to drip down. So you want to pinch it a little bit, or so that when the epoxy falls in here, it would go down there. Or you can even reinforce it with tape, because it might get heavy. There. Okay. Do is de-shed your roller. So in order to de-shed it, we're gonna go like this, and so since I'm only doing half the square footage, so this one is supposed to cover 50 to 100, so mine is only like less than 20 square feet, so I'm gonna do half of this and half of this. So this one here is part A is 14 ounces and part B is 7 ounces. First it says to shake part B, so I already shook this. So I'm going to do half. Okay, so 7 ounce. So I have this measuring bucket. I'll put 7 ounce here for part A, 7 ounce, no, 3.5 for part B. And then I'll put 1 ounce of water. What do we want? Cold water. Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah. So just mix it. Okay, 1 ounce of water. Put it in here. The best way to mix it, because you know the sides here are not really totally mixed, you transferred it over and it makes sure everything's on there mixed up, because it has to be mixed thoroughly. Next thing you want to do is tape the edges so that it doesn't flow while it's still liquid state, you know, liquidy. You gotta wait till it's a little thick before you take the tape off. You know, put the tape when the primer is tacky, a little tacky. So I'm going to do 3 quarts. So this is white pigmented epoxy. It's 2 part A, 1 part B. So this is a 1 gallon and this is a half a gallon. I'm only going to do 3 quarts, so I'm going to do 2 quarts of part A and 1 quart of part B. Okay, so this one here is a quart. 1 quart. So I'll put 2 quarts of these, and I'll put this. This is a 5 quart bucket. So I'll put 2 quarts. 2 quarts of this. 2 quarts. I'm gonna let it drip. Oops. Before I put the other one. Okay. Now, 2 quarts. 2 quarts, okay? Where's the line for quart? There. So 2 quarts of part A. And then 1 quart of part B. Okay. I'm using another bucket for part B, 1 quart. This is the hardener. Okay. So we're done with that. Put that on the side. Now you have, this is the part that you really have to mix it good. So now we do 1 quart of part B. Okay, now you're gonna get your drill. And mix it. You mix it around. Now, yeah. So make sure. Because the sides of the bucket are not really mixed, so you want to make sure you take everything out. Now you mix it again. Okay, now we're ready to pour. So you pour that way. Can you play ready? Can you, yeah, go that way? Yeah. And go this way.
Should I put more?
Yeah.
I'm gonna pour it here too.
Yeah. Don't forget the back of you. But I will do that. The back. Oh, what's this black thing?
Too far. more up here?
Yes. This is actually, it says sample kit, but it's 4 ounce and also 2 ounce. So when you buy a sample kit, you can actually choose your base color and your highlight. So I chose both black. That way I would have about part A is 4, part B is 2, so that's 6, and then the highlight is 2 plus 1 ounce, so that's 3 ounces. So you have about 9 ounces of your black. So now it comes with this powder. So you actually you can mix the powder to part A ahead of time, and then when you're ready, you can pour in the part B. Okay. Okay, so since the design that we are going for is we want pure black, the epoxy that we're going to use is the clear one. You don't want to use the white one because then it's going to turn gray. So you're going to put the black pigment to epoxy that is clear. Okay, so now we're going to mix this one. First, you're gonna stir slowly. Now this is clear epoxy. Okay, so if you want to really dark black. I have a small black and a big black, and I'm going to combine them together so we have more of the black. So I'll put it in here. This is the highlight, supposedly the base coat and the highlight, but I chose to have both of them black. So I'm mixing the small to the bigger one so that we will have more black. Now I'm gonna mix all the part B to part A. Hey. Make sure you have enough. Ooh, nice. Make sure, hope it doesn't go. Pshh. That's much better, huh? Last time. awesome! Look, the metallic. Ooh, it's going down. Oh, so pretty. And this is the other one. And it's just doing its own thing. We didn't do it, we didn't touch it, just poured it. And that's how it goes. Beautiful. Epoxied. So we found a few bubbles. So we just poke it like the bubbles. See, that's the reason why you have to put tape on the edges, because your design, because the epoxy goes gravity fed, so it's going down. So your design is going where gravity is. So now if you didn't put the tape, you're gonna lose all your design. Your design is gonna come down. So we gotta wait till it's a little bit not too liquid before we take the tape out. I like that it overflowed, the black overflowed here, and it's just, the design is just amazing. And it pulled over here, and I'm glad it didn't go over here. So, but it's a beautiful design. It's metallic black. If you really look closely, there's a reflection, but it's metallic. So nice. And on the other side, we just did a marbling effect. So now we are doing the top coat. We're doing matte finish. So we mixed the part A and part B top coat, and then we just applied it over the counter. So this is how it looks. It's still wet. And over here. So this is how it looks after the matte top coat. So after the matte top coat dried, this is how it looks.